Now let's get to the scheduling part. Okay, so I'm going to take my book because I have all my notes here. Nerd. So I'm going to run through my schedule with my child, and you can take whatever you want, and I'm going to give you some resources too on what you can use to help you, right? So I put Marathi first because that's my weakness and my daughter's weakness. We don't know Marathi and we have to study it. So I put it first because in the morning you're ready for a new day, you're fresh, regardless of what subject it is, you always give the best to the first subject. So I always put the hardest subject first because then you put your best foot forward and you learn more, right? And like my daughter says, my brain is full. So I like an empty brain before she begins her day. Also during the quarantine earlier, now when school has started regularly, I used to do a fun activity. Before school started, I would make my daughter sing the national anthem standing, and we would all stand with her. And it's just a fun activity because it just made you feel like acha, school's starting, and say the India pledge. Because what happened was that assembly is not there, right? So find different fun ways to kind of add joy into your schedule. There's no rule that says, and that's the thing, there's no rule that says you must do it this way, you must do it this way. You have your own voice, you have your unique strengths in how to be a parent. So use your own uniqueness to add to your child's education. Trust me, it'll be more fun for your child because it'll give an insight to your child to get to know you, and that would also be super fun. So back to scheduling. So after the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance, which now we've stopped doing, but we used to do that, then our focus is Marathi. So it isn't just what the teacher has given. So nowadays Marathi is taking more time because we have to figure out what it is. But earlier, Audible from Amazon has a lot of Marathi books that I was using as resources to help, like learn Marathi and listening to the words and stuff. So that really helped me. As well as there's an app called Storytel. Now I will stick all these resources down in the description. Storytel is a very nice app that gives stories, like stories in regional languages. Now Marathi, I'm in Maharashtra, so for me Marathi is important. You might be in in Karnataka, you might be in Kerala, you might be in Tamil Nadu, you might be in different places all over our country, or you may even be in Poland. I don't know, YouTube is international, so you might be in different parts of the world. Whatever resources that help you, find that. So for example, Storytel has multiple Indian languages that you can use to read books, and basic level, mid-level, advanced level. So I like that a lot because I don't have access to a lot of regional literature and regional children's books. So that gives me a lot of resources there. If, for example, if you're an international viewer and you're viewing my video, find children-centric books for your child to read, because reading is still very important, and the way that they associate themselves with education, the brain, I'm not a scientist, I'm a parent, but reading is a really great way of engaging your child to learn a language. I have 30 minutes of Zumba, which used to be 1 hour, but then I realized my daughter was getting very tired doing Zumba for 1 hour. So we reduced it again. We tweaked it according to our child's needs. I thought 1 hour would be enough for exercise, but I realized 30 minutes is good enough because she gets tired and she needs like 10 minutes to kind of breathe. Right now, what I do is Zumba, but you can do whatever. You can do your yoga, you can do your Pilates, whatever, like jumping jacks, aerobics, whatever exercise. So it's very important to add exercise into your schedule, because this is, again, I feel very strongly about, because children are not playing, so their muscles are not being exercised. The other day we went out to get some groceries, and we took our daughter, and she had forgotten how to climb stairs. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. She was struggling to climb stairs because her muscle memory had stopped processing stairs. It kind of scared me because I was like, oh my goodness, this shouldn't happen. So we don't realize it, but kids are not climbing. And then I was remembering Wall-E, the movie, where everyone becomes so fat and they don't even know how to walk because they haven't been doing that for so long. And then it hit me that for 6 months my child hasn't climbed steps because we're living in a flat apartment, right? So it's really important to get exercise into your schedule. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Make sure your kids don't forget how to climb steps. I'm working on that right now. lots of resources that help you with science is TED-Ed. In Netflix, there's Storybots and Brainchild, which is excellent. There are a lot of educational shows on, like PBS is very good. They've got a lot of, like Wildcrats is a very good show for science. It really pushes the edge of imagination. So again, I'll list all the resources that you can click on and really use to develop the science. Definitely the schools are also giving science assignments and stuff. Again, find a space that is safe, especially if they're asking you to do experiments and stuff. Find a space that's safe, maybe in your play area, maybe in the bathroom area, maybe even in the kitchen, to kind of ensure that your child doesn't make a mess too much, and clean up is a little easier. Yeah, I'm talking really basic stuff, but I don't know if it's helping you, but I hope it is. Then about maths, there are a lot of apps that can help you. Like Originator is a very good app maker that makes language and maths apps for kids. It's a little expensive, like, but it's totally worth it. Like there's a game called Math Tango, which I've bought, and it is fantastic, and it's good fun for me too. But it helps your child with multiplication, division, as well as plus and minus, addition and subtraction. So the resources that are available are great. So that of course is great. Then Khan Academy is fantastic. I really like Khan Academy because it's free, and because there are so many games that you can play that help your child. So I don't have a no games policy. I have a play games policy, but all my games should have some sort of educational value that contributes to some subject, you know. So it's okay to have a fairy tale app, but if that fairy tale is going to develop your writing skill, then that's fine. Maybe it's the secret teacher in me that is coming out through my child. But you're going to realize how you are as an educator in all of this. Pinterest is a really good resource for school. You can just search whatever you want. Like you can search for maths and you'll get maths worksheet. You just have to say maths 7-year-old, maths 14-year-old, and you'll get worksheets that are completely like ready to download. And of course there's some worksheets that cost, like on Teachers Pay Teachers or Etsy or whatever those sites are, but you can decide. Like there are a lot of bundles that are very nice. I bought a few bundles, like a lot of music bundles I bought to help with theory and music and practice. Pinterest is a really great resource. Scholastic.com is very good as well. It's got an overview from 1st grade all the way to 12th grade in terms of books and worksheets, and I think during the lockdown they gave a free version. I think there may be a monthly rent, I'm not sure about that, but I'm still using the free version because I don't download that much, because the school gives enough worksheets for me. But it's a very good resource with free books and free you know, activities and stuff. So I really like Scholastic.com. Now, if you're in India, Hindi is a compulsory subject. If you're in Maharashtra, then Marathi is compulsory till 10th grade. So it's very important to have good resources when it comes to Hindi and Marathi. I'll focus on Hindi right now because generally what I found during the whole summer, I was focusing on Swar and Vyanjan, which is basically the vowels and consonants in Hindi. So what we did was we just focused our energy on Swar and Vyanjan and vocabulary. So this is very easy because there are a lot of course there are apps to help you, but there are a lot of YouTube videos also. I have some YouTube videos on Swar and Vyanjan. Even Audible has a lot of books that you can download to help you. They have a lot of great Learn Hindi audiobooks that teach you conversation, teach you grammar, teach you vocabulary. So that's a very good resource to check out. I really, the Hindi books that I have bought are very, very useful and excellent for conversation Hindi. See, I'm not like a native Hindi speaker, even though my dad is from Rajasthan and my mom is from Chennai, but we grew up speaking in English. So I always have struggled with languages and Hindi. So people who know me know this about me. Although I would like to do a Hindi version of this video. I don't know if I can, but I would like to try because I think it's important to reach out and it's important to learn languages. Apart from the main subjects that I've covered, there are a lot of side subjects like computer, music. So computer is in school, so they give resources about learning computer. But apart from that, I have downloaded apps that help computer typing. So when we were kids, we had these typing exercises where you type, you learn typing. So FK, 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 TP, 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 the, you know, like that typing exercises. There are a lot of apps that you can use to help develop computers. I think more than writing and cursive, learning computers and learning how to type is very important. So you can help do that during computer class, even if you don't get resources for computers specifically as a subject. Another subject that I have added, which it's not just because I have a daughter, even if I had a son I would have the same subject, but another subject I added was home economics. And I just thought it was very important to get children to understand what we do at home. One of the first classes she had was making idlis with my husband, and how they got the batter, they put salt, they made it wait, and then they steamed it, and what happens when you put liquid and steam it. Honestly, home economics became like a science class more than a home economics class. But it's nice to add elements from your day into your child's education. Like I would always say, children will learn regardless of whether you give them books. Play is a really amazing way of making kids learn. Kids learn from imitating you, and they also learn from like what is around the environment, you know. And if you think your child is not catching on, like there's a joke in our family that my daughter's ear is where we are. She listens to everything we say, you know. So it's important to watch what we speak and how we behave also, because kids are watching and kids are listening. And finally, looking at games. Now, I don't have any problem with games that are helping you, but be careful in terms of what you allow your kids to. I know you're busy, but it's really important to mind the kind of games that your child are playing, because a lot of games are not building your child's heart, their mind, and it becomes very mindless. And I would say, don't make your child into a zombie. Help, be a part. Even if you're playing a game, be a part of that child's game and kind of increase interactivity, because right now we're living in a society where isolation has become the theme of the day, you know. Isolate, social distancing. Find a way to increase interactivity with you, because your child needs it. So that's really, really, really important.